Transformers Reactivate, spanning 7 years of development, originally branded as Transformers Impact, the game set out to create an immersive experience for modern PC and gaming consoles. Drawing inspiration from the looter-shooter gameplay mechanics of Warframe, the leveling structure of Tom Clancy's The Division, and the shared worlds of Destiny. Over the years, the project underwent significant changes, culminating in its introduction to the world as Transformers Reactivate at the Game Awards in late 2022. We'll be jumping into the game's development history, the evolution of its trailer, its captivating story, and its gameplay. The development of Transformers Impact began in 2017 with a clear vision to create a captivating game for modern PC and gaming consoles. Initially branded as Transformers Impact, the game's narrative centered around a catastrophic event, involving an alien superweapon, the Aegis, whose shards devastated Earth. This premise set the stage for an epic battle where Autobots and Decepticons unite to combat the resulting corruption, rebuilding a shattered world from the ruins. Drawing inspiration from popular games like Warframe and Destiny, the development team integrated cooperative PvE gameplay and the frenetic combat style of Warframe with the shared world mechanics and social hubs of Destiny. The game emphasized fast-paced cooperative combat, customization through various transformers, and weapons, all wrapped up in a live service model promising ongoing content updates. Core gameplay revolved around exploration and retrieval missions, with players venturing into corrupted zones to gather resources and rescue transformers. You also had quick transformations between robot and vehicle forms, enhancing player movement and combat efficiency, all while factional dynamics influenced the game's narrative and player experience. By 2018, the team focused on early development of interface design, marked by the creation of the pre-alpha demo flow documentation outlining its initial concept and flow of the demo. Collaboration between Certain Affinity, Hasbro, and Athlon Games was showcased through the Transformers Impact title screen. Concurrently, a user authentication system featuring a login screen was developed, ensuring user management and security. Key elements of the interface were enhanced, including a detailed mission interface showcasing specific mission details and character information. The character selection screen featuring Ratchet demonstrated extensive customization and matchmaking functionality. Additionally, the development focused on user experience, with an Xbox controller layout providing a comprehensive guide to the control scheme. In 2019, the development phase emphasized refining gameplay mechanics and planning for post-launch content. A significant feature was the individual loot system, ensuring personalized drops and keeping loot information concealed until the end of each mission. Unlike similar games, Transformers Impact emphasized loot drops from enemies and in-game crates, enhancing the gameplay loop engagement. Account progression remained faithful to its original design, with levels and separated XP paths for characters. A comprehensive post-launch content plan was outlined, including a seasonal content model with new game modes, weapons, and mods, and bosses every 13 weeks. World resets were introduced, triggered when the players reached a certain account level, providing refreshed challenges and new mission types like strongholds and horde/wave-based skirmishes. Moving into 2020, the development team made significant updates to various aspects of the game, including mods, power ratings, weapons, monetization strategies, and starting XP levels. These updates indicated an active refinement process aimed at balancing the game's mechanics and optimizing the player experience. The game centered around Transformers with 2 modes, one robot and one alt, each offering unique gameplay mechanics. The team aimed to create interesting characters and playstyles to motivate players to collect multiple Transformers, ensuring meaningful and engaging progression mechanics for long-term play. Detailed core attributes were designed for Transformers, including, obviously, their names, descriptions, factions, alt mode types, stats, XP levels, upgrade ranks, and customization options. Acquisition methods for Transformers were diversified, allowing players to obtain characters through premium purchases or crafting items. The dual progression system, featuring XP levels and upgrade ranks, allowed players to advance their Transformers in multiple ways, enhancing both breadth and depth in character progression. Mods played a crucial role in customization, with each Transformer having 10 mod slots, affecting core aspects like survivability, durability, speed, and ability effectiveness. Specializations provided powerful bonuses, enhancing abilities and reinforcing each Transformer's role and personality. The game featured a power rating system, indicating a player's readiness for various missions, increasing with XP levels and influenced by specializations. Cosmetic customization allowed players to personalize their Transformers with animations, skins, styles, effects, and audio packs, adding to the overall player experience. Monetization strategies were carefully integrated, offering direct purchases and hard currency sinks for items like Transformers, mod slot couplers, cosmetics, and XP boosts. Clear acceptance criteria were established to ensure the game met its design goals, focusing on various updates to the Transformer armory, acquisition processes, weapon loadouts, and more, ensuring thorough testing and refinement before release. Now, to cover some additional developments. In 2019, the development of Transformers Impact saw the creation of a digital domain trailer, which was intended for a major reveal at E3 2020. However, the project underwent significant changes in 2020 when the development responsibilities were handed over to Splash Damage. This transition marked a new phase in the game's development, bringing fresh perspectives and changes to the project's direction. In late 2022, Transformers Reactivate was officially announced at the Game Awards, with a newly updated name. The announcement trailer, originally developed by Certain Affinity, was repurposed by Splash Damage for this reveal. Alongside the trailer, the PLAYTFR.com website was launched, providing a summary of the game and a sign-up list for updates. The Splash Damage Studio website also featured Transformers Reactivate, offering a press room with exclusive coverage and access for promotional materials for press and content creators. Additionally, in 2022, Athlon Studios was acquired and merged into Splash Damage, becoming their American-based arm division. This team was responsible for creating the TransformersReactivate.com website, which was later handed over to the UK-based Splash Damage Studio in 2023. Late 2023 marked the release of the toy line for Transformers Reactivate, almost a year after the trailer's release at the Game Awards. The toy designs, conceived during the Certain Affinity era of development, reflected the character designs from that period, maintaining continuity with the project's earlier stages. Now, the Splash Damage era brought new developments and leaks in 2023, including a planned console list and the porting of the game from Unreal Engine 4 to Unreal Engine 5, later updated to UE 5.3. Now, despite these advancements, an announcement at the end of 2023 via X, formerly known as Twitter, informed fans that the late 2023 beta release date would be delayed indefinitely, with no confirmation for a new date. By the summer of 2024, the original announcement trailer for Transformers Reactivate was taken down from YouTube and other social platforms such as X, as well as the press room press kit, marking yet another shift in the game's promotional strategy. The story of Transformers Reactivate. The game opens with a dire message from Optimus Prime, highlighting the failures and struggles of the Autobots and Decepticons to trust one another. The inability to unite has left Earth vulnerable to an alien force known as the Legion. As the Legion invades Earth with their nanomachine technology, the world is thrown into chaos. Players are immediately introduced to the Earth Defense Command, a coalition of humans and Transformers dedicated to combating the Legion. The first major event in the game is an EMP burst that knocks out all Transformers, leading to 70 years of Legion domination. This catastrophe plunges the world into darkness, both literally and metaphorically. As the Legion's nanomachines begin to systematically dismantle Earth's defenses, the narrative then jumps forward to the reactivation of Bumblebee, signifying the beginning of the Resistance's counteroffensive. Bumblebee's revival is a beacon of hope, making the start of a new chapter in the fight against the Legion. Transformers Reactivate employs a looter-shooter gameplay style reminiscent of Warframe, where players must constantly upgrade their gear and abilities to face increasingly difficult challenges. Players start by playing as Bumblebee, who is tasked with rescuing and reviving other Transformers like Ratchet and later Ironhide. Each character brings unique abilities and weapons to the fight against the Legion and corrupted Transformers. The primary antagonists in Transformers Reactivate are the Legion, an alien force characterized by their use of nanomachines. These nanomachines function as an intelligent virus, capable of infecting both organic beings and technological systems. The Legion presents a formidable and adaptive threat, making them a central focus of the game's narrative and gameplay. The Legion originates from an unknown alien species that utilizes nanotechnology to conquer and harvest planets. Their primary objective is to drain Earth of its resources, transforming it into a barren wasteland. The nanomachines they deploy are highly advanced, capable of self-replicating, adapting, and complex decision-making, giving the Legion a seemingly unstoppable edge. The Legion's nanomachines operate by infiltrating host systems, whether biological or mechanical. Once inside, they take control, reprogramming the host's functions to serve the Legion, turning one's allies into enemies and creating corrupted versions of familiar characters. Throughout the game, players will encounter a diverse array of Legion enemies, each with unique characteristics and requiring different strategies to defeat. We have Sentinel Troopers. These are your basic foot soldiers equipped with melee and ranged weaponry. Sentinel Rocketeers, heavily armed units capable of dealing significant damage from a distance. Brutes, heavily armored close combat units with high health. Exploder Drones, agile drones that cause area of effect damage upon impact. Twisted Ravagers, corrupted beings with enhanced melee capabilities. Sentinel Wardens, defensive units equipped with shotguns and energy shields. Sentinel Snipers, long-range enemies requiring a detailed eye to neutralize. Summoners, units that call in reinforcements, creating additional challenges. Sirens, they emit sonic waves to disrupt players' abilities. And finally, Repair Drones. These are support units that repair other Legion units during combat. One of the most sinister aspects of the Legion's nanomachine virus is its ability to corrupt and control Transformers. Players will face corrupted versions of familiar Autobots and Decepticons, now twisted into nightmarish forms that blend their original abilities with Legion enhancements. These encounters are particularly challenging as players must confront powerful foes who retain their combat prowess but are now driven by the Legion's malicious intent. The overarching mission in Transformers Reactivate revolves around dismantling the Legion's Harvester units, which have set down all over the planet, spreading their tendrils to drain Earth's resources. This mission is crucial to saving Earth from total annihilation. Players, as a part of the Earth Defense Command, must travel across the globe utilizing ground bridges, engaging in a series of high-stake battles and strategic operations to deactivate these harvesters. Ground bridges serve as the primary means of transportation, allowing players to quickly move between key locations around the world. These advanced teleportation devices are vital for the EDC's rapid response capabilities, enabling players to counter Legion threats as they emerge. The use of ground bridges also introduces an element of surprise, as players can suddenly appear in enemy territory, ready to engage and disrupt Legion operations. One of the first major battlegrounds is the ruins of New York City. Here, players navigate through collapsed skyscrapers and debris-filled streets, facing off against Sentinel Troopers and Rocketeers. The urban environment presents unique challenges, such as vertical combat and limited visibility, requiring players to adapt their tactics. The primary objective in New York is to disable the heavily fortified Harvester core, located in the heart of the city. Now, the intent is that you will travel across other key locations, others being that of Chicago and possibly Egypt and Antarctica if they continue from their planned development. As players progress through these diverse environments, they build the resistance by unlocking new Transformers to join the fight. Each new ally brings unique abilities and backstories, enriching the game's narrative and expanding strategic options. The social hub, Teletran 1, serves as the central point for mission planning, upgrades, and customization. In the customization bay, players can personalize their Transformers, enhancing their gear and preparing for upcoming missions. The crafting area allows players to create new weapons and equipment, tailoring their loadouts to specific challenges. The Mod Garage offers further customizations, enabling players to install and upgrade mods that enhance their abilities. The Resistance must also contend with internal conflicts, particularly the schemes of Shockwave, whose admiration for the Legion and different motivations suggests he might have his own agenda. You may expect missions that involve thwarting Shockwave's plans, preventing him from utilizing the Legion's technology for his own ends. This subplot adds layers of intrigue and complexity as players must navigate not only external threats but also potential betrayals from within. Now let's break down the Transformers Reactivate trailer. Starting off with the beginning of the trailer, we get to see Marcus Irving, Percy Anand in the background, followed by on the left side Cassandra Fairborn. Also to note, for the first scene, we see protocol setup, scanning Marcus Irving. Human male, age 43, error found, data incorrect, affiliation EDC, non-hostile. Online, critical damage.
This ain't working. We should melt it down for ammo.
Our next clip is that of the splash damage logo translating from Cybertronian to English. Our next scene showcases Delvin working on Bumblebee, while Bumblebee is also scanning Cassandra Fairborn. We can see he scans Cassandra Fairborn, but he comes up with a negative match. That's because he's trying to pull it from his database of Marissa Fairborn, which is her mother. We can also see in terms of the translated Cybertronian at the top of the screen, we see protocol setup. In the center, we see unknown hardware detected, memory core link established, status offline, recalibrating at. Far left again, we see scanning, Marissa Fairborn, error, match incorrect, human female, age 32, affiliation EDC ally. So again, Bumblebee has recognized that he does know of Marissa Fairborn, he also knows of the Earth Defense Command, he also knows that they're allies, so we know that much. And then we also see searching for match unknown, match incorrect, which again is probably because he's trying to match for Marissa Fairborn. On the far right, we see scanning unknown, human, age unknown, affiliation unknown, searching unknown, human, age unknown, affiliation unknown. Following this, we get a flashback scene of what appears to be our first encounters with the Legion Harvester coming down to Earth. For the Cybertronian text on the left, we see it convert to searching organic life unknown, searching inorganic life unknown, possible form deep spacecraft, ship designation unknown, searching for match unknown. Given the fact that we just came from Bumblebee being worked on Delvin, I'm assuming that this is a flashback from Bumblebee's point of view. Now, in terms of the deep spacecraft, we know that to be the Harvester, in which we know it will have spread off tendrils that we'll talk about later on. The tendrils are these red, tentacle-like things that you've probably seen from the promotion art that go through all the buildings, the underground, and you'll see in the sky. Now, also for the Cybertronian on the right-hand side, we can see response protocol HITX, hostile landfall, damage assessment catastrophic, overwhelming loss of life. From here, our next scene cuts back to a couple of Delvin, in which we see some more Cybertronian. On the left-hand side, we see equilibrium core state, status reconnected, fault found. And then we also see fault found in 3 other different sections, top, right, and then middle right. Now from here we get to see a greater new scene of New York, in which we get to see disintegration on the buildings. Alongside that, we see the tendrils going through these buildings, again these red energy tentacle-like things that connect back to the Harvester. We also see a bunch of Sentinel Rocketeers, of which we know that you see flying around. You can also see, if zoomed in on the screen, you see 3 EDC tanks. We know they're EDC tanks because we'll come to that later as we've seen it in the promotion art, in which you can see all 3 of the tanks slowly progressing towards the Sentinel Rocketeer, which you can see by comparison just absolutely overwhelms the tanks in size. Again, on the right hand of the screen, we see going up the buildings more Legion enemies. We're unsure to what the exact enemy type is of these. This then follows up with the screen panning up, in which we get to see more Sentinel drone enemies from the Legion, and we see some Cybertronian translating to enemy swarm detected in the center, and on the left hand side we see multiple hostile units. Designation unknown, EDC weapons ineffective. So I'm sure with that being said, we know exactly how this is going to end for the EDC. Again, we see more of the tendrils going up and inside of the buildings. We then get a quick flashback to Delvin, and then another flashback back to Bumblebee, and then followed that up with Ratchet and Ironhide by his side. We watch our trio progress forward, going towards what looks to be the Harvester's landing point. Following that, they go past the Statue of Liberty head. We also get more Cybertronian on the screen. On the far left, it reads Ironhide status, damage unknown, signature lost. We get proximity alert, battle computer failing, power backup failing, energon converter failing, system status critical, 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 multiple hostile signatures massing on formation, Ratchet status damage critical, and then we see in the bottom left 39 miles per hour, which would be Bumblebee's speed. After this, we then see him encounter what looks to appear as the Brute. We see his face, we see all 4 eyes, and his mouth, alongside what looks to be the familiar status of what seems to be the Sentinel archetype. You see these claws on his feet. These are also held by the Sentinel Rocketeers we've seen, and we'll see as the Sentinel Troopers. After this, we see Bumblebee getting offlined, then followed up by a scene that looks to be sort of like a reboot. We can see we've got a bunch of Cybertronian, so at the top of the screen, this translates to IO initializing scan scout recon. On the far left, we see response protocol HITX, again, hostile landfall, designation Legion, origin unknown, purpose conquest, purpose harvest, battle report failure, 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 proximity to allies, signatures unknown. Last known objective, neutralize Legion. And then we see in the center, we've got all systems reactivating, armor core sequencing, and then energon level scanning. Also to note that the icons you see underneath this at the bottom of the screen mirror that of the game's UI icons that you'll see inside of the compass. After Bumblebee gets rebooted, he's welcomed by Percy Anand, Cassandra Fairborn, Mercus Irving, and Delvin Winslow. Followed by that, it looks to appear like Shockwave is in the background of some sorts. We also get to see what many of you might not know is Teletran in the background, so that is actually Teletran 1, and we're actually currently inside of the social hub, which is named the Teletran Hub. Followed by that, you can see the computers in the background, which I have a couple of notes on, which I thought was interesting. Not only is these computers hooked up to Teletran, which I realized in hindsight, but you can actually see a Brute being scanned. We can see Bumblebee being scanned, which means it's pulling from his memory. We see the invasion timeline. We also see another enemy type, two actually. The one on the right side is nicknamed the Exploder Drone, and on the far left, I'm unsure as the current timing, but we also see those in the trailer as well. Now, in terms of this panel, I'm assuming it to be an Autobot system protocol, due to the screen and all the information coming from Teletran 1. Next up is also a screen of two maps detailing key interest locations. I'm assuming these are landing points either for other harvesters or other key interest points of where the Legion have made their stay. Now, one thing I wanted to mention is the tattoos of Marcus and Percy. Percy also seems to have a robotic arm, and possibly she has some form of cybernetics in her gut, mirroring that of, say, Fennec Shan from the Book of Boba Fett Star Wars series. Now finally, we've got the last of the Cybertronian. We see in the top left, memory core status 100. Begin protocol RVXV, reactivating, all systems operational, unknown hardware detected, human technology integrated. So this obviously confirms that Marcus and the humans working on Bumblebee and helping him to be reactivated. Now, to cover the press kit and some of the Easter eggs, we see Berger for Greg Berger, the voice actor of Grimlock. We see Are All Dead etched into the Statue of Liberty's head, which is a reference to the comic issue number 5 of the TF Marvel Comics with Shockwave. We also see multiple times Prime Cola, which is a reference to G1 and Transformers Devastation. And on top of that, we see a mini Optimus Prime toy right at the end of the trailer on the side desk. We've got what looks to appear as a ratchet-skimmed Scourge SMG. We see the EDC logo on tanks. We see the EDC logo on debris, which makes me think this was a possible EDC outpost that has crumbled. We also see Ratchet and debris disintegrating. And we also have the Times Square New York City location thanks to this sign. Now, onto gameplay. Transformers Reactivate starts us off in a post-apocalyptic New York City where environmental destruction allows for seamless traversal and mobility across the destroyed city. The world around you will dynamically react and change as you engage in intense battles. But that's not all, there's an intriguing underground section awaiting to be explored. Uncover hidden secrets, face new enemies, and unravel the mysteries that lie beneath the surface. Prepare for expansive free roam zones in Transformers Reactivate. The vast areas offer plenty of opportunities for exploration, side quests, and challenges. Keep an eye out for roaming ads that provide dynamic encounters and rewards. It's truly an immersive experience that will keep you engaged for hours on end. Transformers Reactivate incorporates various gameplay elements that enhance the overall gaming experience. Let's talk about some of these elements. The Earth Defense Command EDC is a human organization dedicated to safeguarding Earth from the Legion and other enemies. As players progress through that of the game, players will encounter the EDC as crucial allies, providing support, resources, and valuable assistance in the battles against the Legion. The alliance between the Transformers and the EDC highlights the themes of cooperation, trust, and shared objectives between humans and Cybertronians. Health, power rating, reboots, and loadouts are essential gameplay elements in Transformers Reactivate. Let's delve into each of these features to better understand their significance in the game. Your Transformers' survival depends on managing their health and shields. Shields will regenerate at a rate of 31 points per second, acting as a protective barrier against damage. And get ready to wield elemental secondary weapons that offer unique effects. Set enemies ablaze with fire burn damage that ticks over time, indicated by an effect icon and bar beneath their level, name, and health bar. Transformers are equipped with shields that act as a protective barrier against damage. However, once shields are depleted, your Transformer will start taking health damage. It's crucial to manage your shields effectively and avoid letting them fully deplete to ensure your Transformer's survival during intense battles. Power rating represents the overall strength and capability of your Transformers in Transformers Reactivate. It serves as an indicator of your progress and potency of your Transformers' abilities. As you level up your Transformers, acquire new gear, and enhance their attributes, your power rating will increase, reflecting the growth and development of your Transformers. Transforming between bot mode and vehicle mode is lightning fast in Transformers Reactivate. Adapt to different combat situations and take advantage of your Transformers' unique abilities, plus keep an eye out for those damage numbers that will appear when shooting enemies, providing satisfying visual feedback. And if you're a fan of shotguns, you'll love their per pellet damage and knockback effects against enemies. Reboots for self-revival. When your Transformers are in a down state, Transformers Reactivate introduces a feature called reboots that allows you to self-revive and continue the fight. These reboots serve as a valuable resource that can be used strategically to bring your down Transformer back into action. It's important to manage your reboots wisely and utilize them for the most opportune moments to maintain your momentum during challenging encounters, as they are limited. In Transformers Reactivate, players will face formidable opponents from the the Legion faction. The game pits you against Legion Ratchet and Legion Ironhide, corrupted versions of the iconic Autobot characters. Engaging in these intense battles, these corrupted Transformers add thrilling challenge to the game's storyline and provides opportunities to test your combat skills and strategies. After completing the starting missions and experiencing the gameplay with Bumblebee, players will progress through the game's story. They will have the opportunities to revive Ratchet and engage in crafting and gear upgrading activities in the Teletran hub. As the game unfolds, players will explore different hangars within the hub and embark on quests that further the game's storyline. Your loadout in Transformers Reactivate consists of 3 key elements: selecting a Transformer, changing weapons, and equipping mods. Players can choose their preferred Transformers from the available roster, each with their own unique abilities and playstyles. Additionally, the game offers a wide range of weapons that can be switched and customized to suit your combat preferences. Furthermore, mods can be equipped to enhance your Transformers' abilities, providing additional strategic depth and customization options. Be careful selecting your loadout, switching weapons, and utilizing mods effectively. You can create a personalized play experience and optimize your Transformers' performance in battle. These gameplay features in Transformers Reactivate contribute to an immersive and strategic nature of the game, managing health and shields, increasing power rating, utilizing reboots for self-revival, and customizing your loadout are key aspects that will keep your success in combat and progression throughout that of the game. Transformers Reactivate offers a range of gameplay features to immerse players in the game's world and enhance their gameplay experience. Here are a few of these features. The Teletran hub serves as a central hub and social gathering place for players. It includes various interactive features and activities. Within the Teletran hub, players can access the Emporium/store to browse and purchase items using premium or 13 currency. The customization hangar allows players to personalize their Transformers, modifying their appearance and abilities. The crafting bay enables players to utilize gathered resources for crafting new items and weapons. The character showcase hangar allows players to display their favorite Transformers, showcasing their unique designs and abilities. Lastly, the mod garage provides opportunities to enhance and optimize the Transformers' abilities through modifications and upgrades. Now let's talk about the fascinating gameplay feature in Transformers Reactivate that pays homage to the Transformers Prime TV show, ground bridges. These teleportation devices allow for seamless mission load-ins and ensure a smooth and uninterrupted gameplay experience. Just like the Autobots' use of ground bridges in the TV show, players can activate these portals at designated locations, allowing them to quickly move between different areas and missions. It's not only convenient, but efficient, and also brings a nostalgic reference for fans of the Transformers Prime TV show. So, get ready to activate those ground bridges, dive straight into the action, and join the battle against the Legion. Let's talk about menu accessibility sections in Transformers Reactivate. The workshop is where you'll be able to build new items and enhance your Transformers abilities. In the store, known as the Emporium, you can explore and purchase items including the premium currency or 13 and the battle pass for additional rewards. Need a break from battling? Head to the theater to watch the story unfold and view character showcases. And of course, the options menu, where you'll find settings customization, logout options, and the ability to quit the game. Transformers Reactivate offers a captivating progression system. Your account level represents your overall gameplay achievements, while each Transformer has its own level, reflecting their growth and development. Power rating determines your overall strength and can be increased through gameplay progression. Get ready to embark on a thrilling story-driven campaign and uncover the fate of Earth against the relentless Legion invaders. Transformers Reactivate incorporates tutorial quests and combat mechanics to enhance the gameplay experience. Let's delve into each of these aspects. One of the tutorial quests in Transformers Reactivate introduces the players to the functionality of Teletran, the central hub of the game. This quest guides players to utilize Teletran, access mission selection, and embark on a mission to gather valuable resources. The tutorial quest familiarizes players with different gameplay mechanics and serves as a starting point for their journey. Transformers Reactivate offers a dynamic and engaging combat mechanic system for players to master. Players can execute light and heavy melee attacks, utilize aim down sights, or ADS, for precise shooting, and utilize 2 abilities alongside 1 ultimate ability. In bot mode, players can dodge and perform jumps to maneuver strategically. In car mode, players will have access to a boost ability for swift movement. The inclusion of light and heavy brawler moves adds depth to the variety of the combat encounters. Also to note that of light and heavy melee attacks is that you also have separate light and heavy melee attacks. What do I mean by this? Well, you have a light and heavy melee attack during your bot mode, but for any of you familiar with Transformers Devastation, you also have light and heavy brawler attacks for your vehicle mode. By incorporating tutorial quests and the inclusion of refined combat mechanics, Transformers Reactivate ensures that players will have a smooth introduction to that of the game, and engaging combat experiences and rewarding progression throughout that of acquiring new resources and customization. Transformers Reactivate promises to deliver an exciting and immersive gaming experience for fans of the Transformers franchise. With a diverse cast of characters, a post-apocalyptic setting, and gameplay elements that enhance the overall experience, players can expect hours of engaging gameplay and a captivating storyline. The inclusion of factions like the Predacles and Maximals, as well as the possibility of other factions making an appearance, adds a depth and strategic possibilities to the game. Players will have the opportunity to align themselves with iconic Transformers groups and explore unique powers and abilities. The gameplay features such as health and shield management, elemental secondary weapons, and seamless transformations contribute to the dynamic and fast-paced nature of the game. Players will need to adapt their strategies and utilize their Transformers' unique abilities to overcome challenging enemies and obstacles. The Teletran Hub and Ground Bridge teleportation tech serves as a central hub for players to customize their Transformers, crafting new items and enhancing their abilities. The progression system, story-driven campaign, and balancing efforts to aim to provide a fair and enjoyable experience for all players.